Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing on this Thursday? It's 9:30. It's just gone 9:30 rather. And apologies for being late. I started getting the game and then laptop issues yet again. It's all being sorted though. My good old sister, she is getting me sorted in all fairness to her. But we are back. We are at Silverstone. This is race day 10. Hey Julian, welcome back mate. Hey Ben, how are you guys? How are you both doing? So yes, we're in Britain. Technically it's my home Grand Prix. Let us see how we get on today. But yes, should have been here at 9 o'clock. I had started, but things went a bit sideways and yeah, story of my life lately. Yes mate, finally F1. We're in Silverstone. So let's go and get on with it. Here we are, there's the standings. I'm good mate, I am good today. Not gonna lie, I am getting really cheesed off with my laptop issues, but such is life. How are you doing mate? How are you doing? You good? How are you doing Ben? Welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome guys. Gonna do all the boring stuff first, get it out of the way, you know, the same old. Please check out all the links in my description below. You won't be disappointed. There are links to my friends' channels in there. We are all gamers. We are all sort of sim racers. Hey, Aylesbury Jack. Silverstone is my favourite track. I always have good results at this circuit. Let's hope it's the same for me. I've done a few time trials on it earlier.
Welcome to Silverstone, home of Formula One racing in Great Britain, where shortly we're expecting the cars to appear for today's practice session. Anthony Davidson, you've driven this circuit more than a few times in your career, and you've been around long enough to remember the pre-wing layout as well. But how do you like Silverstone in its current guise?
Well, the old circuit was a lot of fun, of course, but I do like the current layout. The reprofiled Abbey is faster than it used to be, and I always felt it was missing a sort of slow technical section. And now the corners up at Village and the Loop gives us that. So yeah, I'm a fan, and on top of that, I think it's created some more overtaking opportunities.
Yes, Silverstone. I've always wanted to go to Silverstone. I'm not gonna lie, never been there. It's on the bucket list. My favourite circuit though is Spa, and yeah, I've been practicing Spa a lot lately. Right, so earlier on, obviously I started.
When you get a chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs. They don't all need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data there to help race strategy and car development.
Jeff, he always interrupts me when I'm talking. I need to shut him up. No, but like I said, I only had a few goals earlier on of Silverstone, and I mean, obviously being British track, watching F1 a lot, you know, you get to know various different circuits, etc. Obviously, you don't race them, but yeah, Spa is definitely my favourite. Without a shadow of a doubt, I've been practicing that a hell of a lot lately, trying to set some decent times. I've also been trying to get better as I progress. I started off on automatic, started off with a driver's line, etc, etc, and my last stream in Austria, I did it without any lines on the road at all. I did it all by myself, gears. And it's not bad considering I can't use my pedals. I use the steering wheel for everything. So onwards and upwards. The only thing I have not done this week is I've not changed the difficulty setting, which I should have. So here goes. Track acclimatization. Let's get it done. tyre compound. Okay. I know why I did that. I know what happened there. Okay, I know what's going on. It's because I'm not going fast enough through. It's because I'm not going fast enough through the gates. Okay. Want to play me like that? See, the thing is, it's putting me on their racing line. What if you didn't want to take their racing line? You know? What if you didn't? I understand why they do it, track acclimatization, etc. But sometimes, you know, it's just... Probably should have been in 5th for that corner. And probably not took it so deep, but I did.
We're slow through the following corners.
Cut me some slack, Jeff. Don't keep on at me, it's too slow through there. Yes, yes, yes. So what's my lap? What was my lap time there? See, I would have hugged the apex there and gone round, but of course it's track acclimatization, so I've got to do what they say. But then, what the hell do I know? You know? But guys, please don't think I'm being ignorant in any way. I really struggle with reading and missed it. Shit. With reading and driving at the same time. So yes, I will get your comments as soon as these few laps are over. Need to do something about
This is the last lap of the program, final lap of the program.
And again, I'm not bothered at all about setting fastest laps in practice. It's all about just doing what they want of you. Oh, that's what I use it for. So missed it again. I can't be doing that bad. I'm, you know, nearly a second up. You know? But my way is not always, missed it, the fastest. And I get that. Track acclimatization, thank you very much, done, dusted. Yeah, cheers guys. It's it's track acclimatization. It's turn 3. Obviously I was braking too much, so I was trying to come back in to meet it. Turn 6. Yeah. Turn 13 as well. We'll get there. It's just I don't know. We obviously driving with the lines on, you drive to their lines, and I don't know, sometimes I think, oh, you'd be quicker.
So far our fastest lap is a 1:37.4.
You know, you'd be quicker not going their way. It's pretty pointless me doing fuel management. I've not passed the last 3 because I can't keep the delta up and I can't keep the fuel up. It's either, you know, sacrificing one for the other. Coming too tight there, I know. Should start making it nice and smooth rather than diving in there like an idiot. But that's again, Jesus Christ, I'm actually, pardon my French, I am actually keeping my fuel. Is this fuel or is this tyres? Tyres, isn't it? I actually thought then for a minute I was keeping my fuel in the green when I looked up. I was like, oh my god. That's a bit bad actually. I'm 9th. I'll have to get quicker than that.
We need to pick up the pace. We're not hitting our target. We'll need to rerun the program if we don't get the time delta back in the green.
Concentration on the face. It's at that point when the tyres wanna go away. That's when I lose it and I gotta keep. See if I can't slow down. Well, by me slowing down, I'm only going to lose my delta and not. It's going to be a hard one on that. It's going to be hard circuit on the old tyres then.
Final lap. This is the final lap of the program.
Guys, I promise I will get to all your comments. And slow down enough. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna fail the tyres as well. You can't win them all. See, I think if I had that one upgrade, because I had a part on there for tyre dampeners, which increase which increases the tyre life, tyre wear.
We haven't hit our program targets.
Which increases the tyre wear. It would have been better. All pit straight, 2D6. Turn in later apex. Airline through 6 is good though. Turn in 6 is too early. Also for T3. Yeah, you can see where I failed at tyre management big time. I think my problem is I'm turning in, like you said, either too early or too much, and I can actually hear the tyres.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
So yeah, looks like this circuit is going to be a hard one, especially on tyres. But guys, seriously, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank you all for tuning in. It is absolutely brilliant to see you all here. And yeah, I'm just giving you a lesson on how to fail at looking after your tyres. Now, if there's time at the end of P3, I will definitely rerun it again. The track is a little bit busy. Let's go into fuel management. I know my fuel management is going to be poor, but at the end of the last lap, I managed to post the fastest time, which is nice. So here goes. Oh, that's right, you can't mess with I think it's a bit silly when you're doing stuff like this to like fuel management, etc., because in the race you can alter your delta time, you can alter everything, so just lift and goes. Always too wide into that corner. Gonna have to watch that. Right, okay, so I need to make sure I don't make the same mistake again. And I don't know if I've done a good thing, but the parts that were still well within my usable life, I actually fitted them back to the car. So don't know if I've done a good thing or a bad thing, but the way things are going at the moment could be a bad thing.
Okay, you weren't quite good enough that lap. Try again.
I love it when you tell me I'm not good enough, Jeff. Really, really love it. Absolutely love it, Jeff. I really do. That wasn't bad. How quick your mind, how quick you spin up, and you know, you learn the tracks, or you think you learn the tracks. Too wide. But I swear, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time in about, first time since Spain, I actually think, that I have had decent fuel saving. And it's the first time in a long time that I've actually failed tyres, which it's not great. It's not great at all. I cannot believe it. First time in a long time I failed tyre management, but first time in a long time that I've passed.
All the cars are now over the line. Your top three again are Joker, Grosjean and Max Verstappen. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
Okay, so that's not bad. If I set a 134.6 on medium tyres, what can I set on softs? What is the setup looking like? I shall show you, mate. I shall show you. I shall show you.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components?
It was really important to maximise time on track in order to gather important data. We invested heavily in our aero package. Trying it out. We were stress testing some components. Things were pretty promising. What do I pick? I was just enjoying the roar of the engine. Too much to pick. I'll do.
It looks like you've invested heavily in the development of new parts.
Really increased reliability, power unit. I'll do aero.
You were flying in practice. Do you think you can carry this over to qualifying?
Hopefully the car's indestructible. You'll see something special in qualifying. Of course, it's still the same car, same engine. We should do this. Car loves this track. That should be a bit more in between.
Appreciate your time.
It's normally, Julian, it's normally the other way around with me. I'm normally pretty good on the tyres, but always fail. I seem to have fat thumbs. But yeah, it's always been the other way around for me. Normally pretty good on the tyres, but yeah, poor on fuel. And it's switched this weekend, which is a surprise. Which is, I'll show you the car setup in a moment, Ben. Nice. I got enough to redevelop the part that failed. If you guys watched the last race in Austria, I had 2 of the power unit failures. So not only did I redo them, which passed, I did a chassis development, which was the suspension tyre roll. And yeah, so right now, what was it? I shall tell you. There it was. The horizontal shocks are absorbed more effectively, resulting in less tyre wear, and it failed. So I think if I had had that, that would have helped me massively during that. So I'm going to redevelop that, and then everything else I earn is going to go on durability. Because what I didn't realise is that because I've got gearbox wear 2, and obviously you can see the branches go out, I've got gearbox 3. So all I need to get, if I get gearbox 4, it opens this tree. So then I can just jump directly to durability 3 and then go on and down, and same over on this side, rather than going 1, 2, 3, if that makes perfect sense. Sorry about that, guys. That was Twitch. So anyway, practice 2, here goes. Thank you, mate. Yeah, field saving has been a tricky one for me. It's because if you was in a race and you were struggling on fuel, you would turn the engine mode down, you would turn it to lean to gain you more fuel back. But when you run the testing of fuel on practice, you can't alter your settings, your ERS or your fuel mode. So I think it's a bit sorry, right, okay, car setup.
Quick note about tyres. Just bear in mind we have to return the 2 most worn sets at the end of this session. They're gone forever at that point, so be careful how and when you use them, and don't waste any sets that you might need later on.
Jeff, I promise you, mate, I will not do any more laps than I need to, because I really am scared about breaking all my limited engine parts. So there's the aero 4.4. I think I started off with 2 at the front, and I changed it to 4 because I was finding with 2 it was understeering quite a lot. Transmission is 74% on the throttle, and the diff, I had that lower earlier, put it on 82%. I definitely 100% had that lower earlier. Suspension, I don't really mess with the suspension because I don't know too much about it. Here, sorry, the suspension geometry I don't mess with because I don't know too much about it. I think it's the toe, it's the angle of the wheel, and then yeah, and with the fuel, that's what I do. As soon as the race starts, I limit the amount of fuel. I put the engine mode into lean just to get off the line, and then hey Fabio, welcome mate. And then yeah, I hit it up, and for the first 2 laps until I get down to about 0.25% fuel remaining, just so the car's lighter and it goes further. Brakes, I like to keep it about 56% on the brake bias, and then brake pressure, tyres, and then the weight distribution's at 6. Right, okay, so let's go and do ERS. How are you doing, Fabio? Welcome, mate. Welcome. Do you think? What would you recommend? What would you recommend, mate?
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
A bit stiff. rain is coming. I'm going to leave it like that because rain is a coming. Oh shit, I need to go back in there. Let's do it as management. Well, I don't know, I tend to let it softer setup myself. Okay, I'll leave it like that. I want to try and get everything done before rain comes. So if I get this done before the rain comes, we'll have a play with it in practice 3. Love that little brow. Too slow. The delta time is going to be difficult with this one as well. Just keeping everything. Too much on the grass. I know I was in the wrong gear there, but I'm trying to keep the delta up.
Your pace is too slow. Make sure to adjust your ERS mode to find the balance between speed and energy management.
Yeah, cheers Jeff. That's all right. Damn it. Rain will be faster through there. Happy days. Right, so that's that done. We've got to rush now to get the other one done, which is race pace, I think. You've got to keep far at the left of the T6. Yeah, if rain, it goes soft. Again, I'm like a bonehead because what I should have done was made sure that I have a ret. A ret?
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 34.4.
A wet strategy. But again, a wet setup, sorry. I haven't got a wet setup, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I know the track. Shit. Let's hope that we can get through it. Let's just hope. But guys, seriously, thank you all for tuning in. I cannot thank you enough. Wait a minute. It's a 10 to 15 minutes, surely. Do you know what? Let's see. Let's return to the garage, just put Inters on, and then see if we can manage the tyre select. Let's put a set of. Okay. Have we got no Inters? Why haven't we got any Inters? How bizarre. Is it not raining? It was raining when I went out. I don't understand. Let's just do it. We can do it in P3 and in practice 3 anyway. So let's see. I'm out on the track now and it's actually raining. But the thing is, I was trying to put a set of Inters on the car, and it would appear that I didn't have any. See, and if my DRS is disabled as well. Oh yes, it's like a nice rink. It's like a nice rink.
We'll see light rain transition into heavy within 15 minutes time.
Well, surely we would need Inters on then, because this is just ridiculous. I think what I might do is see how far I can get like this, and then go and change. But obviously I think my delta is set for a different, different. It has to be declared wet race to allow rain. Yeah, I know. It's actually wet. It's actually, if you look down in the bottom right hand corner, you can actually see it's raining, and I still can't.
There's only a few cars out on track. We should consider getting out there.
You should be allowed to use it. Do you know what I mean? Let me toggle the weather, because if the weather is okay in practice 3, I'll just accelerate the time and do it all in practice 3. It's strange why I can't pick, or couldn't pick a wet set of tyres or an inter set of tyres, or wet set of tyres. But
quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. Joker, Raikkonen, and
you know, it is what it is. We'll do it all in practice 3 and then go from there. But
amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. You had an incredible pace in practice. Would you say that you're pretty comfortable with the car?
She handles beautifully on this track. Hopefully my chassis...
Will it be a problem for you if the weather doesn't clear up?
Not worried, I'm the best. The best driver will still win, which is me. I am not that arrogant, really. I'm not. I'd rather go for the team. I'd rather go for sportsmanship than showmanship.
Appreciate your time.
But then I suppose I should start being a bit more controversial, because other teams love me more than my own team, which is okay, I suppose. But I'm seriously thinking about joining Renault after it's either going to be Renault or I'm going to go for the top and join Mercedes. I don't know yet. Decisions. What team do you go with? Because I mean, with the upgrades, you know, plus you're going to be an experienced driver as well, so I would have thought you would have gone more of an R&D perk anyway. It's quite difficult to choose. As you can see, Renault loves me more than my own team does. So does Toro Rosso, even Red Bull. That's a shout. Red Bull, maybe. Okay, so rather than just throwing my car in, I need to be a lot more gentle, slower into the turns and faster out of the turns. That's what I need to do. And we've got very little time in this session to do the race strategy and the qualifying pace. I'm pulling a 134, what was it, a 134.6 at the moment? We'll see. But here goes. Guys, please don't think I'm being ignorant. I will get to all your comments after I finish. I really struggle with reading and driving. But seriously, thank you all for turned in too early for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. Really appreciate it. The minute you hit the brakes there, I'm struggling with the delta time. We got half a second up now in delta time, so we should be okay. Hopefully, he says. Run a bit wide. DRS. Let's put it into a hot lap. Jesus Christ, look how much fuel I've got. But in saying that, I have got enough fuel for a good few laps. So let's get the fuel into a hot lap. Turn the fuel up to rich.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Too deep into that corner. I know I was. I'm in too. It's mad, isn't it? Oh yeah. Too deep into one corner. And then too quick in another. This is the turns that is screwing everything up for me. This is where all my problems are starting from. I'm putting a green time, so barely. The tires on the limit, you could hear it.
Super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
That was much better. Oh, I feel it was much better. It must be I'm half a second up, so. I know that should have been a gear change there, but we've only had to change more or less straight back down again, so it didn't cost me too much time, but then it put strain on every part of the engine, and it's what I do for the best. Wasn't great at all. Get off the grass.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Keep missing that apex on turn 1, turn 3. And 4, 5. I'm happy with that. Nearly a second out of my time. Nearly. Don't want being off the grass there. It slowed me right down, but it's okay. Car wants to understeer a lot. There.
Super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Okay, too slow. Minimal mistakes. So far. The problem is the car wants to understeer. Out of this turn if you take it too deep. So I'll have to have a look at that. Maybe soften up the front anti-roll bar. Maybe that's the best course of action. I don't know. We'll have a look. That's a better angle to attack that with, I think. Happy days. I am happy with that one. T7. You were still taking wrong line into woodcut, turn 7. Yeah. That's what I was doing. I was speaking them out through my head. I know that that is definitely. Should you soften or could open?
Okay, as you know, this is the third and final practice session of the weekend. If we want to run our qualifying sim program, and I strongly recommend we do just that, this is our last chance.
Jeff, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I promise. Gotta go to the left. Open up, off, open, off, all diff slightly. Off throttle diff slightly, or 1 click less rear wing. Yes, mate. Look at T6 and T7. Okay, let's take the rear down a bit and see where that gets me, because I'm not going to have much time to alterate if you see turns.
When you're ready, let's go.
Shit, didn't want to do that. Damn it. It's going to send me out and I'm going to have to go straight back to the garage. That was a bit of a waste of time, wasn't it? God damn it. Right.
Our best lap so far is a 1:34.4.
Turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, turn 6 and 7 are definitely where I'm struggling the most. And yeah, I'm running wide, way wide into turn 7, 100%. So T6 is the left and then turn 7 is the right. But by the time I hit turn 7, I'm already too far left. I don't know. I don't know if I've got the, what's the word? The guts, is it, maybe? I don't know if I've got the balls to trust myself. And that's the thing. You need balls, Ben, and I ain't got the balls. Yes, Julian, you are absolutely right, mate. It is the most difficult part of this circuit. And at the moment it's frying me. I mean, it's like, you know, I just don't want to screw it up, and knowing my luck I would. Too deep. Okay. It was just like when we was doing the track on acclimatization, so I would rather stick it there, and then obviously because I'm too close, and I know I'm too close to that apex coming out to 6, that I'm straight and I'm already gonna hit. I'm already gonna be too far. In the corner. Oh, that's better through there. Just putting that 1 click of rear wing down. So I had fastest sector 1, fastest sector 2, so something must be going right. Jab at that.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent.
I'm happy with that time of 32.7 because when I was time trialing, and I know time trialing is opposite ends of the scale when it comes to actually racing. I'm about 2 seconds, nearly 3 seconds difference between a time trial and where I am now. So, hey, I'm happy with that. You lose all the speed down the straight. Turn in late, there's plenty of runoff. Yeah, I haven't got the balls to do it, mate. I haven't. Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you, Julian. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's...
We're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
No, when I looked at it last time, the race was fine. One shot quali is fine. The race is dry but overcast, and then the race is fine. Okay, so race is not going to bother me, so let's speed this up. On to one shot qualifying. Gonna get taken a lot there then, yeah.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Joker, Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just...
I'm going to need to start opening up the balls. Start grabbing some because...
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy. You had the fastest time in practice. Will we see similar times in qualifying?
Yep, the car just loves it here.
Are you hoping things clear up before qualifying?
It would make things more predictable, but we have solid plans for all scenarios. Ah, that one will make my team... Well, maybe not. I thought I want to make my team love me a bit more.
Great! Well, that's everything.
To keep it tight and block. So what are you suggesting then? Keep it tight to the left apex on turn 6. So then that would give me a better turn into 7. Is that what you're suggesting? What happened there? Here we go. So there are all the R&D points for all 3 practices. Oh my god, even McLaren. I might even go with McLaren. Oh, there's so many to choose from. I just don't know. You turn in before it. Well, you're not hitting the apex on T6. You are turning in before it. But if you slow down, so you can't cut left further for C7, you gotta go wide left for 7. Okay. Emma, I have high expectations for you for this session, so give it everything you've got. It in particular, it's more important to qualify ahead of Kimi. Beating your teammate is always important. For the first measure of your performance, Jeff. Qualifying and the race are all fine. Just a couple of things to talk about. Silverstone, I know you've driven here plenty of times before in other categories. First of all, be brave at maggots and Beckett's, but don't cut. You have enough downforce to stay flat for much of that complex, but you need to stay in contact with the asphalt to actually use that grip. Secondly, the pit lane is slow speed limit. Yeah. Cheers, Jeff. Thanks very much. Let's get on the quali. Here goes, guys. Here goes.
It's time once again then for qualifying here at Silverstone on what we're hoping will be a tight contest for pole position. Watching some of the cars attack the high-speed corners, it occurred to me that this might be one of the more awkward tracks to prepare a car for. Do you go for top speed over grip, or do you look to maximise performance in all the corners?
It's easy to make your car quick in a straight line, you just take all the downforce off. But when it comes to a track like this, you really need a bit more of a compromise. The main focus here is carrying speed through the fast-flowing corners, but you still don't want to be a sitting duck on the straight.
I've got to be honest, right? I know it's a virtual race car, and I know you've got no motion, you don't actually know how it feels, but I can understand why all the F1 drivers love Britain. You know, I understand, I really do understand, because just driving around it in a virtual car, it's you know, it's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so Reutemann is already, I have to restart that. My steering wheel's moving all over the place. Okay, go on a track, that's better. Let's make sure everything is dialed in. And whatever position happens is my own fault. Shit. Is it the Ghost of Christmas Past is right, and he's right in front of me now. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? He must be right. Shit, missed out. Where's right then? Do it, do it.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Joker, Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton.
I know, mate.
The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye.
Wow, that was a close qualifying battle. I know, I've said it to you before. I'm probably like, you know, I bet you they're just like, oh, why won't he listen to me? I'm just scared. Just scared. But no, that was close. I honestly thought that I was going to get out qualified then. I really did. And I honestly thought that he was either by the side of me or in front of me, which, you know. But seriously, guys, I honestly cannot thank you enough for tuning in. It really does mean the world to me. It really, really does. Okay. See what R&D points we got for this, and then it's on to the race. Hopefully, when we start the race, I start P1, which should be on the right-hand side, so then I will have the turn into the first turn. Because I got a feeling Raikkonen's going to beat me off the line. I really do. Really, really do.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
Thank you, Emma. Let's go and get it on. Let's go and get it on. Yeah, it's having the cojones. But then I suppose if the car is set up right, it doesn't matter how fast. Yes, that's silly. It does matter how fast you go into the corner, but the car should hold. And that is my biggest concern. The car not holding it. And again, me screwing up.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, along with 2 DRS zones on the Wellington and Hanger Straights respectively. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been.
I really do get why they love it so much, the F1 drivers.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up.
We don't need to see
Joker
that.
lines up on pole position, edging out Raikkonen, who'll start P2. Looking to...
Okay, so a quick look at strategy, and then...
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Have a look at strategy, see if we can't... Low tyre weight. What if I push it back a bit? Does that give me... I'm going to leave it there and leave it as is, because there is no way 13.4 laps. If I do 30 kilos, that'll make me a bit heavier off the line, but at least I'll have more fuel to burn to catch them. That's what I'm going with. Put that there's Raikkonen, Hamilton.
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
Was that my fault? No way I collided with Hamilton then.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Yeah, I know, I felt the car slide. Don't worry. I see. Out of turn 7.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
I think the only way I can catch Kimmy now is by either the undercut or I gotta worry about these pair first. Shit! Why did he slow down so much? He shouldn't have slowed down that much. There's no way he should have.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on mediums.
We're silly, Jeff. It's because I haven't got that downforce. How close to racing, man.
To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Yes, in a minute, Jeff. Jesus, look how far Kimmy's gone. I think it's safe to say that this race, best I can hope for, unless I get Kimmy in an undercut or something, is by hunting him down.
Nice move. Good job. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
I really am struggling with the fact that I've got no, or got very little front grip. The problem is whoever's behind me, which is turned in way too late, too early rather, got too wide. This is the lack of grip I've got.
Green flag.
I thought it repaired itself. Aero damage, I gotta be honest. Shit, man. Okay. Yeah, I am really struggling, and I don't know. Let's turn the engine mode down and see if that helps. Really struggling.
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Maybe it was a bad idea to drop them parts back into this car. Need to make sure I know what gear I'm in as well. It was a bit silly.
In this lap, push now.
If they double stack me with Kimmy though, I'm going to be screwed. That's the only chance I've probably got now of getting Kimmy, because he is gone. Almost, Ben. What a race. This is the race that I've wanted for a long time, for it to be close. I say close, Kimi Räikkönen's almost gone.
Box. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Oh man, I got a really bad itchy nose too, and it's driving me bonkers. So Räikkönen is still out.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Really screwed that up.
Okay, clear.
Okay, so if he's in the pits, we're gonna have to try and go one
Kimmy is in for his stop.
more. I'm trying to put as much distance out there as I possibly can, because the last time I went in with Raikkonen, I was double stacked.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Literally almost went straight into the back of Hamilton then. Whoops. Whoops a daisy. Hey mate, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I was speeding in the old pit lane then and went straight into the back of Hamilton. Hey F1, how's it going mate? Yes Julia, it was almost a perfect overtake. I think this race is done though, I think. It's fair to say. Don't understand. I've got so I need to get out in front of Hamilton. Nope, not gonna do it. Maybe not gonna get out in front of Danny Rick either. Come on, come on, come on. Wait.
Exit now.
So okay, so I'm now out in front of Hamilton. But at least I will have better front end grip to make this a bit of a better race.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Shit, man! I've never had to use so many. I can't. They just go so. They break so.
Some information on Ricardo. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. P7 now. P7. Hamilton ahead. Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh mediums. Grosjean behind. Our gap behind is 32.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 7 laps to go. Don't let them get away from you. One of them might make a mistake that lets us back in.
I want to know where Kimi is. Cutting the grass is not going to do me any favours at all, you absolute idiot. This battle with Hamilton, or fair play, has been that's it. If I cock up anymore, I'm not using the rewinds. It's going to be what it'll be.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
Normally I'm blasting past her. It can only be the warm parts, because they've already said I've had an issue with the MGH UK, so and that's the thing, see, they break so I'm doing it with DRS. Try and do it with DRS.
The gap to the car behind is 3.8 seconds.
Triple overtake. How'd you like that? Okay, so what am I P4? So right now must be like
the gap to the car ahead is 1.6 seconds.
So far out in front, you must be like so far gone. How is
nice work, that brings you up a place. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
So yeah, I have been the maker or the creator of my own downfall. Oh, that's gonna work. I've got absolutely no chance of reeling Kimi Räikkönen in now. He must be so far gone. Absolutely gutted. I am gutted because I've used so many rewinds. I'm gutted because Kimi Räikkönen is off into the distant future, and I genuinely thought if I was to stay out one more lap, I might have help the cause. It didn't.
You're sat in P2. Kimi is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 22.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Alonso behind. The gap behind us is 2.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 4 laps remaining.
Okay. So it's safe to say then, ladies and gentlemen, that
You're increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep this up.
that P2 is the best we've got. There's no way we can make up 20 odd seconds. There really isn't. To wide. It's where I damaged the front wing. Where I damaged the front wing in at the start of the race. But I generally thought the damage you do to the front wing would automatically repair itself. It didn't, and I struggled from it. Again, completely my fault. So it is what it is though, man. P2 on the difficulty setting that I'm on. You can't win them all, right? That's my problem though. I want to win it though. And the thing is, Raikkonen has got the same bloody upgrades on his car that I have. And you just think, damn.
Okay, the gap behind is 5.3 seconds.
Front end is just not digging in there and sliding across the track. So that would suggest to me that I would need to turn the front aero up. I've got to be honest, man, since I added in the new engine performance parts, by now they would normally be saying to me, turn the engine mode down. And I've had the engine mode in
This is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
mode since more or less the start of the race. So should go back, redo the chassis upgrade, and then see about doing the durability.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
You're on the last lap, Jeff. Calm down, mate. But in fairness, I think I used all my luck up in Austria. Kimi Raikkonen's engine blew, so when I was racing him there. So, you know, you gotta let him have one, haven't you? But I just posted 2 purple sets. There's no fires in front of me, man.
Our gap behind is 5.5 seconds.
There is a hell of a distance he's in front of me. And I can't put it all down to the wing damage, which was probably my own fault. It was more than likely.
Great drive, great drive. We're
Me.
really happy with that performance.
It was more than likely me fighting with Hamilton that cost me that, and obviously damaging my front wing. But it is what it is. Yes, I just thought that
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Ferme. What a fantastic race it was.
it was.
So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
Do you know what? I am so happy with this race. I've wanted a race like this for such a long time. Yes, I was probably the creator of my own downfall, and I had a really, at the last, in Austria, the last stream, was fighting with Kimi Räikkönen from the start. His engine blew. So yeah, he's got all the same upgrades
So then,
that
it's
I've
time
got.
to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Difficult call.
Problem I am going to... So the problem I've got now is, yeah, my starts. I moved across far too aggressively, and there goes my front wing. But yeah, I don't know what happened to Verstappen either, because I was racing him at one point. And that is it. I hit Hamilton again. Me and him had a good scrap. So lucky I didn't get pulled up by the stewards for that. But Kimi Räikkönen just steamed off, and me battling with Hamilton really dented my chances. But guys, onwards, upwards next time, which is more than likely going to be, don't know, probably tomorrow, maybe the next day, but it's going to be definitely 100% more F1. I need as much practice as I can. I can't tell you the reason why just yet, but stay tuned. It's going to be big. Guys, honestly, you've absolutely been fantastic. We've been playing Formula 1. I'm Jaff Master Flash. You guys are absolute legends, and thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you next time. Peace.